so we're over at the White Glove Dumpster headquarters here. Like I said before, we're gonna hop into the story, and first question really, Brett, is what got you into the garbage business?
I was really looking for something basically on my day off. I had a trucking job. I was working Monday through Thursday, and I had a free day. I was like, what could I build with one day a week to start? And my dad had always talked about, it makes a lot of money as the people that own garbage companies. So I was like, give it a shot. So I started with the truck and a trailer. Quickly outgrew that and got my first Packer truck.
Yep.
So
how long into the journey was it when that first Packer came, like years or months wise?
it was probably about 9 months in. I was up to, I'd say, 100 customers, and it was a big trailer. It was a 30-yard trailer, but it's not near big enough to, do that for that many customers. And so probably about the 9 months I got a Packer, and makes a big difference.
Yeah, no doubt. And the whole time that you did, the pink cart program and everything, you were residential and hook lift, or did you get into rear load dumpsters too?
I didn't get into the rear loaders because we had the split body rear load truck, so they couldn't pick up the dumpsters. I did eventually, we had some front load dumpsters, and honestly I'd get in there and we hand picked them.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. It wasn't the greatest, but the money waved in front of my face. I was like, I'm gonna pull in that money. So I did what I had to do. But for me, it was immediately.
Okay.
There was in our area, it wasn't even an option to not. You could do it, but everyone around here had grown accustomed to having toters, so I didn't want to. I wanted to at least compete on the same level as the big guys. So right off the bat, I started off just going up to Home Depot and buying them, 2, 3, 4 at a time as the customers came in, and then eventually worked my way up to getting big orders shipped to me.
Cool. So guys, we're not going to take him down, but you can see up there, he had everything branded. He's got the breast cancer awareness logo. Those are Cascade carts. He does have one down here with some tools and stuff in it, an older can, but see, big logo on it. He didn't have them hot stamped, but those decals look good. I think you can read that way better than even the hot stamping on mine, but you can tell by the wheels, those are Cascade carts, pretty similar to what I'm running. That's what I wanted to transition to next. What gave you the idea for, and when did the pink cart come in to the picture for you?
It was about 2 years into doing trash. I had probably through one of the Waste Mag or one of those magazines that come through, I saw it, and having an aunt that had breast cancer, I thought it was an awesome idea. I thought it was a great, something to set us apart and really catch your eye. So I called up through Cascade, and you actually had to get approval to make sure there's not another hauler in the area, in your direct service area doing it. So once I was approved, that was it was definitely something that set us apart. Nice, it pops on the street corner for sure.
No doubt. Actually, on my way down here, I still saw some at a couple houses just on my ride down this road to come to your house here. So
there's a lot in our area. I didn't service a large area. I kept it very concentrated. So in the areas that I service, there's a lot of them out there for sure.
So pretty much in a normal week, like what goes on at this yard here?
This is basically just our drop spot. We come in here and bring our empties, grab whatever size we're bringing out to our next customer, and pretty much just use it for the back and forth. Right now we have a few full ones sitting around because we just knocked down one of the buildings over there, but normally it's just empty dumpsters that come back here.
And what sizes do you primarily have in your inventory?
We have 10, 15, 20, and 30 yard.
Okay, awesome.
So a pretty equal spread, about 23 of each size.
I gotcha. Cool. And currently, how many trucks in your lineup?
We have 3.
Okay.
Pretty much primarily just run the 2. The one that I'll be selling, we bought it as a backup, and you know, it was a good truck, I could tell, so I picked it up, and you know, I knew it was worth grabbing for at least, you know, an if I needed sort of situation.
So even still to today, guys, Brett's just going to explain a little bit about what the Real Men Wear Pink is and what his company does to still sponsor it to this day. So Brett, could you just give us like a little down low on what that is?
So obviously, once I got out of residential, we weren't supporting the American Cancer Society anymore with the Pink Card program, and at that point, I'd been a member on the board at the Cancer Society. So we sponsor. It's called the Real Men Wear Pink, and local community guys raise money through different fundraising efforts every fall for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I know locally our group raises over 50 grand each year. So I like to continue to support the program that I got involved with before. So that's why my company still sponsors that.
Awesome, man. Thank you. All right. So we've discussed, kind of the startup, why you got into it, walking up to houses, which is an awesome thing. Like I said, guys, giving out a pink cart, being part of a program that, supports a good cause is obviously an awesome thing. And a lot of customers are going to jump on that, I feel, anywhere in the country. We'll get into how, at your biggest peak of service, how many customers did you have, if you remember, and how many employees did you have?
At the end, I had 9 guys. We're doing about 2,800 stops a week. That was a mix of, the front load, the customers that, sometimes the customers got an apartment building and we'd have 12 totes at, that was the total number.
Yep.
Of customers we were servicing in our final month.
In the final month of,
Yeah.
Of service. And how many trucks were on the road then?
I have 3 trucks on the road, primarily just running 2, always kept one as a backup because shit happens.
Shit happens.
It happens all the time. Breakdowns are, a daily, there's always going to be something that needs maintaining or fixing or addressing, especially as you get bigger and you're hauling heavier weight and you're, running it harder.
More risk, hopefully more reward, guys, but sometimes you can get those surprise repair bills that can definitely hurt the wallet. That's for sure, as your equipment gets bigger down the line. So check this thing out, guys. This is a Cam Concepts hook lift tandem axle trailer. This thing's a beast. Where did you get this thing?
I bought it right from Cam Concept. They're out of Canada. They're actually awesome to work with. I bought it in 17. That's what I started with before I bought the hook trucks, and still use it to this day. But it's been a great trailer.
Can that carry all of your sizes?
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah.
Wow. What is it rated for?
It's rated for 24,000.
Damn, that's awesome.
It's a strong trailer for, and I was big on. I definitely was adamantly wanted hook lift, and I definitely wanted standard rail. So it fit my needs pretty perfectly.
That's awesome, and that's really cool, guys. See, so the nice thing about this trailer, and granted, what do these run roughly?
This one I paid 38 grand for.
So 38 grand, guys. So naturally the trailer itself is 3 times what your standard bumper pull trailer is, but obviously it's rated for way more weight. And the biggest thing about this being standard rail, he, like he said, graduated to hook lift, still kept this because he can use the same dumpsters. So that's where some of us are running into problems with these Max D, these PJ trailers. You can't run different dumpsters. You'd have to get them all fabricated, where he can buy used dumpsters, new dumpsters. As long as they're standard rail, you're good to go. And that thing is a beast. And with the tarper on there.
I mean, that price is with pretty much every upgrade available. You could get that price down, probably closer to, low 30s, but I wanted the hydraulic jack and the tarper and the extra wheels and.
Yep, that's awesome, man. And then I'll give you guys a little shot of the old Packer back there. We aren't going to go crazy on it, but there she be. That thing made a lot of money over the years, I'm sure. Brett's case, he did sell his residential portion of the business. He kept, I should say he probably expanded his roll-off side after the residential was gone. And, you know, we'll start with about what size were you at? You know, you said 2,800 customers. You know, what was the revenue estimated monthly like at the time? And then what'd you get for the sale of the business?
We were probably somewhere around $750,000 yearly. The sale was structured in a monthly. We got paid on a multiple of the monthly revenue. I set mine up at I got paid for each garbage can individually, and got pretty close to, you know, full price for the cans, and then 12 months revenue plus some other, you know, contracting and variable fees and stuff added in there. Mm-hmm. So I know some people have, you know, every sale is structured differently. Now the larger companies definitely like to do it on a EBITDA or interest before earning.
That's earnings before taxes, interest.
Yeah. But I definitely wanted to. I know I wanted to structure my sale on a monthly revenue basis, and I was in a position where, you know, I went out to the other guys and was saying, I'm interested in selling my business. I don't need to sell my business. I was in the position to control how I sold it. Sometimes people need to get out quicker and can't have that control, or sometimes the larger companies say, no, sorry, we don't do it that way. Which, if that was the situation, I could have said, okay, well, you know, I'll move on to the next guy. So explain a little bit, you know, why it was in your best interest to sell the residential, but then keep the dumpster side. At that point, my son was one. My wife was pregnant again, their daughter on the way, and honestly, I just wanted to be home more. I wanted to be more, you know, remove some distractions from my life. I wanted to be with my kids for, you know, you blink and my son's already 4. He's got 1 more year till he's going to kindergarten, and then, you know, then I'll get back and, you know, maybe add some different things. But I just wanted to scale back for a little while and be home, and, you know.
And you're how old now?
I'm 34.
Yeah, 34, guys. So not much older than me, and definitely young in his business career to have already established this. And it was, you said, about 10 years of a residential window?
Yeah, I started when I was 20.
When he was 20, guys. So all you young bucks out there, pay attention.
22 maybe, so somewhere around there.
Somewhere in
2009 I started.
Oh,
I sold it in 19.
Okay.
So I did it for 10 years.
Okay. It's not always about the money, and sometimes that big number, we discussed it a little bit, it really doesn't mean much. I mean, once you're into the hundreds of millions, it might mean something, but, you know, when you're a family man and you've got your values, to go from, say he's doing $750,000 to make that push to $1 million, $1.5 million, it doesn't mean you're going to be happier. So just remember that, guys. If you can get along, and I know some people in the video say, you know, 100 grand, 150 grand gross, you're not going to be able to live on that. Well, to a lot of people, that is a ton of money. And if you spend your money the right way and you don't get in a super amount of business debt, you can make a really good living in this business being a single owner operator at just over the 6-figure mark. Would you agree with that?
I mean, adding employees, you know, it's a huge expense when you're, you know, between payroll and taxes, and I know our state, at least, the workers' comp, I forget what I think 24% or 23 something. I mean, that's an enormous amount of money when you're, you know, got a couple $100,000 in payroll, even $20,000. You know,
Yes.
if you're adding your first employee part-time, $20,000, and you add 25% on top of all the other stuff, you know, it's adding employees is one of the, because when I sold, I had 9 employees, and I went down to 2. And I mean, just that was a huge cost savings, a huge headache off my head, because getting good employees is, in this business especially, is, at least in the residential side, is very difficult.
So just remember that, guys, and why the employee thing is hard is because it is physical. Even on a rear load packer, it's still very physical work if you're the owner operator or you have employees. So I really appreciate you know, having me out, Brett,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
really appreciate you sharing your story with the channel. And like I said, episode 1. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did he kill it? You know, what do you guys think? Like I said, hopefully many more to come. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the content, like and subscribe. And coaching calls on Calendly.com, Lake Champlain Sanitation Calendly link in the description. Thanks.